My name is Stephen Ho. I am 31 years old and I am Vietnamese. I grew up in a townhouse, a 3-bedroom townhouse in San Jose. And there was 8 of us in that tiny thing. It was my parents and my youngest sister in one room, me and my 2 sisters in one room, and grandparents in another. And it never felt crowded. And I now live in LA. I'm an actor, comedian who works in the emergency room as an ER technician. So my last name's Ho, and the jokes were endless. It wasn't something that I would go home and try to explain to my family. I never said anything to them that, hey, this is happening, and you know, it's hurting me. Because I don't know if I registered it like that. It sucks thinking about it now, but I let it happen. If I leaned into it, it hurt less. Like, yep, that's me, Ho's here. It didn't work. You know, I felt terrible the whole time, but externally was me laughing with them, trying to laugh with them, instead of being confrontational. My mom and my dad, again, immigrated from Vietnam at like 19. I believe to them everything else seems so trivial. They're just so grateful to be here. They would do everything to not jeopardize what they've built. And I believe that they think that if they spoke up, they would get in trouble. I went to my mom and I told her, hey, I'm gonna do this interview with a friend. We're gonna try to highlight the Asian hate crimes that have been happening in this country. And she passionately begged me not to do it. She genuinely thought that if I spoke up, I'm gonna get hurt. And I know she thinks that way because of the way she grew up in this country. She understands that I can get hurt because it's happened. The footage of Vicha, the 84-year-old Thai man being killed, was the most impactful. I remember I cried when I saw it because I read his story. He came from Thailand to help his daughter raise his grandchildren, right? Which is so normal in Asian cultures. When I started doing comedy, it was to get my story out. One of the unique things about the stand-up, some of the stand-up that I do, is I speak Vietnamese. Initially, I didn't think people would go for it, but I did a couple segments of me speaking Vietnamese and translating it to English, and the audience loved it. They responded, you know, well. And so that told me that, you know, they are ready to hear our stories. We just have to put in the effort to write it down and believe that it's worthy of stage time or screen time. If I can give a pro tip to the future generations, I would tell them to please just be unapologetically yourself.